says there may be a little bit of pain before we get things right. Need to talk about farmers who are one crop away from bankruptcy. They don't have time, so we've got to be crisp on this implementation. Otherwise, we could do damage that's irreparable to farmers.
As the president has admitted, tariffs will create pain for some businesses, and I think Wisconsin will be particularly hard hit with all the manufacturing and agricultural interests. He's used tariffs in the past effectively to get nations to do what they should have done anyway. Right now, we're giving the benefit of the doubt, but I'm concerned.
We've already heard from some of our beef processors and popcorn exporters that they're losing some market share in Europe, so it is concerning. And but I'm all for fair trade, reciprocal tariffs. I think in the end, a trade war doesn't help anybody.
Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rachahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us His beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M, Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Shachan the Waf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I was just watching Fox with Trump going live, with the new tariffs, man. Yeah, this thing is gonna be big, man. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen. Keep your head on a swivel. We always say to walk circumspectly, like the scripture says, because the days are evil. Matter of fact, let me just get it, because these tariffs are gonna tear people's asses up, man. Now, those farmers, last time Trump was in office, I think they ended up getting like 80, maybe 100 million, whatever the amount of money was, but they got bailed out that first time. Now, these are the same people that voted for Trump, but really, in reality, the tariffs is going to tear their asses up, but they might get another bailout. So, just never know with them. But it's going to affect a lot of people. They're not going to bail everybody out. We'll put it that way. Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So what we're to watch and pray. The Lord said to measure thou the times diligently, and this type of stuff right here, is going to send people into a rage, so to speak, because things are getting a lot more expensive, and this is not going to help, right? Shit already, I'm telling you, man. Groceries, I can't even imagine a family of 4, 6, people, 8 people, whatever amount of people, because I'm noticing myself. You know what I'm saying? To me on a dolo. Hey, the same shit that I normally get every week, it's that price done jumped. You know what I'm saying? So, but it says tariff-battered U.S. farmers are getting exactly what they deserve. Ex-GOP insider. Now, this is from Raw Story. Yeah, he just hit everybody. I don't know if it was a country that he left out. Because I was just watching it like this dude is prideful as hell, man. Okay, but this is David Frum, a former speechwriter for President George W. Bush, believes that American farmers are getting exactly what they deserve if they find themselves getting hurt by President Donald Trump's trade wars. Writing in The Atlantic, Frum breaks down all the ways that Trump's tariffs will hurt American farmers, who overwhelmingly voted for him in 2024. And the reason why they voted for him was because of racism. They not even thinking about the hit they're gonna take. That's just how, they have that perpetual hatred for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to the point where they wasn't thinking about going into bankruptcy or losing their farms and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because they just was like, we hate these motherfuckers. Let's get them out of here, right? It says farm costs will rise. Frum explains. Farm incomes will drop. Under Trump's tariffs, farmers will pay more for fertilizer. They will pay more for farm equipment. They will pay more for the fuel to ship their products to market. When foreign countries retaliate, raising their own tariff barriers, American farmers will lose export markets. Their domestic sales will come under pressure too, because tariffs will shrink America's disposable income. And that's exactly what it is. People are not shopping and going out just doing shit like how they used to. It's what we need. You know what I'm saying? This is what people are shopping for. Generally, back in the days, shit, you had some little extra, cash and shit. You would just go do something, or buy you a pair of shoes, or buy you that pair of jeans that you like, or buy, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, people are not doing stuff like that no more. Motherfuckers still driving old ass cars, because they're not going to buy these new cars, because they're going to be too expensive. They're already too expensive. Now with the tariffs on them, that's going to make them even more expensive. Then that's going to shoot up the prices of used cars and so on and so forth, man. I mean, it's a trickle-down effect. So a lot of people are going to go out of business. You already got a lot of big ass stores that's been going out of business, man. It's so many stores, man, that, you know, like stores that used to be big in the U.S. They ass is out of here. They out of here, man. It says consumers will have to cut back everywhere, including at the grocery store. Yeah, they're just going to be getting what they need. You know, they're going to be cutting back on, you know, certain things that they, you know, a lot of, well, of course, name brand stuff. Now, also, too, I was thinking yesterday, because I think he signed the executive order for SNAP benefits or, you know, food stamps where you can't buy, you know, certain junk food. I'm not exactly sure which ones, chips and shit like that. But those companies going to take a hit. Because people are already, not, I know in the hood, people not buying that shit, man. A lot of candy bars sitting around, dusty as hell. People been stopped buying that stuff anyway. But that's the reason why a lot of these companies, they went to the, you know, little $2, $4 bags of chips and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Where you only getting like 2 or 3 chips in the damn bag anyway. It's just a bag of damn air. But the only reason why people buy stuff like that in the hood that I can see, the people that I see buying that shit, is somebody with a food stamp card. And that's it. Nobody's just walking up, oh, I got a taste for some, you know. See, people are just, they just going to get what they need now. This is what it's boiling down to, which is, you know, all praises to y'all about y'all side, man. Matter of fact, let me get a quick one real quick here in the Apocrypha. Because these are the things that we pray for. See, we're not tripping on this shit. You know, we're thankful to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua for providing us with our daily bread. And that's all we're looking forward to, man. We're not looking forward to no future and having no damn savings in this place and all that other stuff. You know, nothing wrong with, you know, you want to manage what you have, but we're talking about a future in this place? Hell no, man. We think about no shit like that. We're praying for this place to fall, man. And it's falling. And Trump, see, people haven't seen the real results as of yet. But it's about to happen, man. It's already happening, but they haven't seen the real effects yet. Ecclesiasticus 25:7, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And that's what we're witnessing, man. And Trump standing his ass around all prideful as hell, acting as if everything is okay. But people are about to wig out, man. They already wigging out. It says, despite the hardships that farmers will endure, Frum argues that they are not deserving of sympathy or financial relief, which they might get, though. Especially given that farmers can better afford to pay the price of Trump's tariffs than many other tariff victims, as they can already obtain federal insurance, see, against depressed prices for their products. Additionally, Frum writes that everyone is going to suffer from Trump's tariffs, and farmers shouldn't get more special exemption. Well, again, they just might. You know what I'm saying? It depends on, I guess, you know, a lot of these so-called white farmers. You know, but it's still gonna be a hit at the grocery stores. You know, that's the thing. It says if a farm family voted for Trump, believing that his policies were good, it seems strange that they would then demand that they, and only they, should be spared the full consequences of those policies. He writes, tariffs are the dish that rural America ordered for everyone. Now the dish has arrived at the table. For some reason, they do not want to partake themselves or pay their share of the bill. That's not how it should work. What you serve to others, you should eat yourself. And if rural America cannot choke down his portion, why must other Americans stomach theirs? So, and this dude Trump, man, he's not giving a shit about those people, man. He may bail out a few of them, but I don't think he's gonna do what he done the last time. And reason being, you know, is because, you know, just me speaking as a man, I mean, hey, they breaking this shit down. They getting rid of all the food anyway. They're making it to the point where you're not going to have no choice but to come on your damn hands and knees begging them for a box of food, man. This is what it's leading to. And matter of fact, that's leading up to that Revelation 13:16, because they're going to need that pressure from above and pressure from below to actually push people into taking that market of Beauty and the Beast, man, that damn chip, man. So, not a long lesson. I just wanted to just touch on this. Let me see. Matter of fact, Slock.
While trade is a major policy issue for the Trump administration, it might seem confusing who exactly pays for the newly implemented tariffs.
Fox's Christina Coleman spoke with an expert on what tariffs are and who will likely feel the brunt of it. New tariffs from President Donald Trump are reshaping the U.S. trade policy. It's sparking a trade war with China, Canada, Mexico, and European nations.
Tariff is an import tax, a tax on consumption, because imports make up a pretty large share of U.S. goods.
While tariffs can hurt foreign countries by making their products harder to sell in the U.S., experts say American consumers and businesses could be hit the hardest. President Trump is expected to reveal reciprocal tariffs on additional U.S. trading partners on April 2nd.
When the product lands in the United States in a port, it sits in a warehouse until somebody pays the government $40. And the entity that has to pay that $40 is the importer, or, if that's Walmart or somebody else. And then they have to decide whether they're going to mark that $40 up. And almost always they do.
Some business owners fear prices of everyday items, from beer to maple syrup, could skyrocket if high tariffs continue.
That 25% increase on the tariff will simply just get passed along to us and get basically built upon, and probably end up being much larger than that as an ultimate cost to our beer.
While some brace themselves for the worst, others, like this wine grape grower in California, say they're hopeful the tariffs will have a positive impact on their industry.
What he's trying to do, in my opinion, is equal that playing field by really charging the same tariffs that we're charged when our wine goes into those other countries.
The Trump administration says tariffs will help pay off the nation's large debt, create American factory jobs, and lower food prices. And
yeah, right. Guess we'll see. But anyway, let me grab another scripture, man. This dude, he's prideful as hell, man, for one, And this is Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before fall. Right? So these American people, man, they're too damn they're too spoiled. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about it's gonna, it's gonna be worth it to who? Your regular citizens that's not, making that kind of money. They just like, hey, shit, man, god damn, you done push me back to the point of me eating damn canned goods, man. I can barely, the regular citizens not looking at it like that, so it's gonna cause a lot of uproars. A lot of people are gonna be, a lot more edge. It's gonna turn the damn crime up more. People gonna be out here robbing and thieving more. You know what I'm saying? That's why we say, to pray and be circumspect, man. You know what I'm saying? Because people are out in public doing all kinds of shit now, man. And they doing it wide open. It's not even like they're just hiding it no more, or trying to be sneaky about it. They just like, hey, you got something I want, I'm getting it. I need that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be, be aware as you go out and about, because it's not affecting nobody around him. You think it's affecting Trump? You think he can't afford, this motherfucker? Come on, bro. You think it's affecting anybody that's on his team? You think it's affecting Jeff Bezos and who? No, those people, man, they good, they straight, and they not eating what you eating anyway. They if anything, they're eating the best of the best. But this is, let me get Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And people are going through it right now, man. It is not a good look. You can see all over social media, from TikToks to YouTubes to, and then you can just see people in the stores. I notice people in the stores, man. You look at their baskets. I was just in Walmart not long ago and shit. You just look at people's baskets, and people, man, they just grabbing the bare minimum, man. They grabbing the store brand. They trying to, just grab the cheapest shit that they can, And there's a lot of shrinkflation going on too, and the quality of stuff is just not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might go and get some toilet tissue and realize that there's a ply missing off of it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas it's thinner. You know what I'm saying? It's not even as thick. So these companies, man, even they pulling back, man. So it's all a sham, man. You know what I'm saying? And people are upset. This place is on a downward spiral, and it's just time for Esau shit to go anyway. And it's going to be a beautiful thing to see that it goes down on this clown's watch, man, because he's prideful as hell. He really thinks that he's gonna bring America back to what it used to be, and it's just not gonna happen, man. And so when people start to really see it, that's where you're gonna get that civil unrest, man, that insurrection. I seen another video from one of the elders out of Kansas City, where he had this lady up there that was talking about the Insurrection Act that Trump might implement, supposedly 90 days after, his initial, exported, the illegal immigrants. So he's basically like in 90 days from that time period, which will be coming up, I think, on the 20th of this month, April 20th, where, he can implement insurrection orders, man. You know what I'm saying? Where if anybody coming up against him or talking about him or talking about anything as far as, they can just come and just, throw your ass into the back of a van and take you to an off-site somewhere, man. So you just never know, man. Because it's all boiling down to this got to happen anyway. So let's get 2nd Esdras, chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 14 here. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And this is what, pretty much the elite, that's what they're working on. They've been, if you notice, they've been trying to push race wars. They've been trying to push, just people just coming against each other in this place to begin with. They've been doing all kinds of little sneaky shit. But Jake hasn't bit at the bait. And Jake is not going to bite at the bait until the Lord actually wants him to. So they're trying to force prophecy, so to speak, and they're not going to be able to. The Lord is the only one that's going to be able to rile up Jake, man. Right? But it says, "For there shall be sedition among men." 2nd Esdras 15 and 16, Salakia. "For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Which means they're going to be like, fuck the police, fuck the mayor, fuck the senator, fuck the governor, fuck the president. People just going to be out here wilding the hell out. "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." And that may be for a number of reasons. That could be because of martial law. That could be because it's just so goddamn crazy out on the streets. You may not want to leave your house. You might want to barricade in. It says, "For because of their pride," and this is a very prideful place, "the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." So if the men going to be afraid, you got all these single women with these, that's bearing, that's raising these children by themselves. What do you think they're going to? They're going to be terrified. Right? This is the point. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation." Because it's going to be, food going to be scarce. And that sword that's being spoken of is the modern day gun. People going to be out here, man, shit, back of damn pickup trucks. Esau going to be out here on the back of F-150s and shit, 15, 20 deep, bearing arms. And you already know they got some shit. So it's going to be crazy, man. If they know you got anything, they coming in there to get it. Whether they know you got anything or not, they just going to be going from house to house. You know what I'm saying? Going from house to house, man, breaking in fucking doors and seeing what you got. And if if it's a woman that they like, or if they like boys, if they like men, because Esau, they're about that LGB, coming in to ravage or tie your ass up, man, and just have you in your damn house for months at a time or whatever amount of time until they, just do what they want to do to you and do away with you. So these are the time periods that we're living in, man. And these types of things could actually lead to that. Man, you could be a week away, man, a month away from, this man, he just breaks out just full-fledged fucking martial law and had this bitch shut down. Straight up, man. You just never know with this dude, because he's doing a lot of illegal shit. He's going totally against that Constitution, like it's nothing. You got your boy Elon Musk in there with the Doge shit. He pulling all kinds of backhanded shit. So you just never know, man. This thing could happen, man, at any point in the game. But see, once them good old boys that went out and voted for Trump, because they already realizing it, they like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? We voted for you. We didn't think you was going to take it to this length. You know what I'm saying? So once they figure out, okay, Trump is not doing what they thought he was going to do when they voted him in there, they're going to take that shit, matters into their own hands. Then it's going to be nothing for Trump to, issue martial law and have a damn, the military in your damn neighborhood directing your ass as to where you can go, when you can go. And then, of course, that market of Beauty and the Beast, that's on the handle, man. That's coming down the pipe right now. You know, that's coming down the pipe already. He's already getting rid of paper checks and shit like that. He was talking about. Remember, he was talking about getting rid of the pennies and shit. Talking about it costs too much to make the penny. Now he's on some digital shit where paper checks are going to be out of here. You getting a paper check now? They gonna direct that shit directly through a bank account digitally. I think it starts in May, where you're not gonna be, nah, they turning everything digital. And so what's the digital process? That's leading up to that mark of the beauty and the beast, man. Revelation 13:16. So these tariffs and stuff like that, hey, these be mastermind people, man. Esau, man, this motherfucker, man, he goes into a diligent search, man. He has think tanks on how to ruin shit. He understands how to pull a coup. He understands how to put the people against the people. He understands these things. You know what I'm saying? They already got this shit planned out. But it's all by the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. See? I'm looking at it right now in the backdrop, talking about tariffs of taxes on American families. President Trump's, unveils reciprocal tariffs. And, man, he got tariffs on every goddamn body. That boy had a big-ass board, man. He had a big-ass list, man. Even the allies, even people that's cool with him, with the country, so to speak. Says Trump's tariffs will crush Vermont. That will basically squeeze us out of the marketplace. It feels like death by 1,000 cuts. If the 25% tariffs was applied in full, it will be about $130,000 to $150,000 unbudgeted hit to our food procurement efforts and the charitable organizations we don't have a consumer to pass along that cost to. See, that's out there on Vermont Food Bank. But he's cutting a lot of funds on food banks. With that Doge, Elon Musk, they've been cutting a lot of shit, man. This week, these past 2 weeks, man, these people been cutting all kinds of shit, man. So it's gonna affect a lot of people. I see they got 20% tariffs on the EU. I'm just looking at it from the Fox News in the backdrop here. 34% on China. They have 32% on Taiwan, which is their, ally. 24% on Japan, which is their ally. They have 26% on India. He has a 10% baseline tariff on all imports. Then, not to mention the car industry. But he's basically saying that, okay, yeah, this is gonna bring jobs here. Things are gonna be American made and this, that, and the third. But you gonna ruin every damn thing. You can't do shit like that fast. The American dollar is too saturated in the world, man, for you to try and pull something off like that too fast. That's you jumping the gun, buddy. You got to do shit like that in increments. But again, he's so damn prideful. He's just shooting. He's gonna shoot himself in the foot. As a matter of fact, let me get one more. I think that's could be chapter 27. His own pate, his own head. He's digging a pit for himself. Oh, you have Psalm 7:16. Let me see. Matter of fact, get 15. Yeah, I can get quite a bit on. We start at verse 11. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. So he's angry with these people on a day-to-day basis. These damn Edomites, man, so-called white man. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. So Esau got something coming, man. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealings shall come down upon his own pate. And this is what you're witnessing, before our very eyes, man. We're watching prophecy play out. This man is not going to get away from all the treachery that he's done in the world, especially against the children of Israel. But he's making enemies, man. Trump making all the enemies, man, and he making all the enemies. Really, America's in a zone by themselves, man, because the only ally that's really fucking with them is Israel, and Israel only fucking with them because they're using them, for war and shit like that, man. Israel don't give a shit about, America, man. But you turning all your people, your allies against you, man. So, beautiful thing, you know. Hey, this is like, again, this is, you know, the type of stuff that we pray for. So, yeah, this guy's prideful as hell, man. Farmers try to impact gauge of tariffs. Let's see this one.
Today, President Trump announced tariffs on overseas agricultural products.
Okay, so Lockheed, that was one from 4 weeks ago. So today, hey, he just went full-fledged. So we'll see how it's going to turn out, man. We'll see how it's going to turn out, but I don't see it being good. You know, it's not going to, again, you have to do stuff like that in increments. And the regular common people, they're already suffering. They're not going to be able to take that impact like that right off like that. And he's talking like, you know, everybody should just, it's America. We should all just, you know, take a little ass whooping just for the, take one for the team. No, these people don't want to take one for the team, man. They were comfortable just doing what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Being able to afford groceries, man. Motherfuckers is, you know, child care is through the roof. Medical bills is through the roof. Goddamn car insurance done went up. The gas prices done went up to even drive a damn car. You know it's bad when you can finance a Uber Eats meal. That's what they doing now. 4 installments on a goddamn cheeseburger meal, you know, through DoorDash and shit like that. You know that's bad, man. Anyway, with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha Allah and a Bible ball.